Opposed to popular belief, chameleons do not change color based off of their surroundings. They change color based off of their emotions. From green Chicago to gray San Clemente, and now Oceanside, I fall blue in fear. I walk into the stuffy, teal-carpeted classroom for the first time at a new school. This is my 4th time now doing this. And as I sit down in my assigned seat, I look around the room. Everyone's wearing black. The kid in the red Reebok sneakers to my right looks me up and down and says one word. Nerd. I can feel my face turn into a flaming fuchsia, and I can feel those soft blue tears starting to swell up in my eyes, and they start blurring my vision. At this new school, my normal tendencies like reading during lunch, maybe an outcast. Getting good grades is no longer a cool thing to do. And although I love reading, I wanted to fit in. So I stopped reading. And I started to dress in black too. And as things at home sort of fell apart, I invest every ounce of myself into school. I change my colors. When it comes to chameleons, the amazing things about chameleons are that their skin is the most prominent aspect of their bodies. And a chameleon's skin is so incredible that the top layer contains a thick layer of crystals that have the ability to change the angles no matter what the chameleon is doing. It changes because the chameleon has the ability to individually manipulate them. And this ability to manipulate the crystals is its defining characteristic. Just like the beauty mark on my chin, like Mariah Carey, that kids described to me as a piece of skin or a piece of food that I just couldn't wipe off. It lands me arguably one of the most important roles of my entire life. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at the star of my elementary school play. I am, which number 1? But on a more serious note, this Kalamata skin and these turquoise sweat stains are my colors. And I embrace this 3D Bob Ross painting of a person that I am. And I think to myself, wouldn't it be easier if we could all just show our colors? If we could all just, as the chameleon does, show our feelings? Now, my mom tells me that I'm a chameleon. But that doesn't mean I'm the only chameleon. Chameleons are just everyday people who adapt, who make best of their situation. But I have this tendency where I spread myself out so thin and so far that I lose who I am entirely. And this makes me sort of wonder, I feel like I'm more chameleon than I am Dianthe. Now, I lose myself in the craziness of my parents adopting 2 cousins, in the midst of these long lawsuits and scary court cases and a heaving handful of family drama. When I have to think of this, I think of my parents who are already dealing with so much, and I just try my best to not burden them further with my own smaller issues like being bullied at school. But my parents work full-time and often on the weekends, and that means I'm left at home at ground zero, parenting my brother and 2 cousins. I'm the proud pseudo-mother of 3 little rugrats, and that has led me to sort of contort my colors to a mothering pink, when in reality I'm a dark, deep red. The people I meet have no idea of the pressures and responsibilities that I have to handle on a daily basis, but the same can be said about those who I meet. And in that way, I'm not honest with my colors, and they're not honest with theirs. Now, adaptation is a part of life. It's in human nature, and therefore chameleoning through life is a part of life itself too. And I think to myself, when did becoming so good at adapting become such a foible or a flaw in my personality? Well, when things just change, you have to change with them, don't you? And the transition between changing colors is very difficult. And I beg of all of you that instead of running off and becoming a teal and losing all sight of your pink, your inner pink, to just keep that in mind, keep that in your mind's eye. And speaking of sight, chameleons have another really strange and incredible quality. They have the ability to rotate their eyes in 360, which gives them 360-degree vision. And they can transition between monocular and binocular vision, meaning they can see with one eye or they can see with 2 at the same time, which I imagine gets really confusing because their eyes are on opposite sides of their head, so. And this allows for them to keep their eye on the beasts that might eat them, or the little foods they might eat themselves. And this ability to keep an eye on both things is a trait that I really wish to have. I need a new pair of eyes, obviously, or at least close to eyes. Maybe binoculars is a better word for it. I need to be able to keep one eye on the things that I feel are important aspects of myself, but also another eye on the aspects of myself that I wish to improve upon or change. And this is the key to managing the adaptability that comes with being a chameleon. So, I made a little guidebook. Here is the official Chameleon's Guide to Survival. Trademark, not really. There are 5 rules to this little book. Rule number 1 is that change is inevitable. People change, life changes, situations change, and it's something that we have to learn to accept. Secondly, I need to love the skin I'm in. You guys are talking to witch number 1. Thank you very much. Thirdly, adapt, but don't get lost. People are an incredible collision of a kaleidoscope of colors that combine into a human being. And fourthly, make sure to keep an eye on your prey and an eye on your predators. Make sure to adapt and have the ability to adapt, but don't let it consume you. Change is inevitable. Remember rule 1. And lastly, we need to smile like we're going to eat the whole cricket. We need to learn to enjoy life because deep down we're all chameleons, aren't we? We all change when we need to change, and we stay the same when there's no requirement to. And that is my journey. That is my journey, is to discover who I am and find my true colors and use them to give every aspect of myself fully to the world, to give my uniqueness to the world. And this is my path to an incredible life. Feel free to use this guide to find yours and enjoy life. What makes you laugh uncontrollably? What makes you smile uncontrollably? What adds value to your life? Thank you.